Hello everyone and welcome. So today's video is a little bit different in that I'm going to show you the haul of goodies I bought from Dragonmeet. Now, Dragonmeet is an event that happens once a year in London. It's an event where game enthusiasts can go to see their favourite gaming brands have been up to and what sort of things they've brought out. There's also a lot of really good seminars. I went to 2 of them this year. So one of them was a lady that was given a talk on historical character with regards to novels, but for me I was interested from using characters in a sort of gaming perspective. I also went to a really interesting talk on a guy that wrote a book on the history of dice, and that was especially fascinating. I'll link to their books below in my description if you're interested, but yeah, that was one of my highlights of the event. So what I want to show you next is actually what I bought from Dragonmeet. Normally I go to these events with quite an open mind. I'm not necessarily after anything in particular, but there were some standout games, let's say, that I felt I wanted to actually purchase. So first up, I'm going to show you the Fallout starter set. So yeah, I've been interested in the Fallout role-playing game ever since I made a video on how to transform the TV series Fallout into like a D&D one-shot. So here is the starter set I bought. Now I actually went on to go and get the core rulebook on TTRPG, I think the website's called, I can never remember it. But yeah, because I don't really like having too many hardback books in my house because I don't really have the room. My next purchase was a PDF of the game, The Dead Letter Society. Now, when I went to the stall, the books were gorgeous, but again, I don't have a lot of room. So I asked the stall holder whether they sold the game on Drive-Thru-RPG, and they did. So this game is a journaling based game, so I'm not sure if many people are familiar with those. I first got into this type of game through playing A 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. I believe that's what it's called. But yeah, if I just read to you what it's about, you may, feel interested in it and want to play. So The Dead Letter Society is a 2-player game of letter writing and journaling. Each player assumes the role of a vampire with hopes, dreams and fears. During the game, the vampires write letters to each other, asking questions, giving advice, discussing their intentions, revealing secrets, and speculating on curiosities discovered over time. Between writing letters, the vampires delve into topics that interest them and learn more about the world around them. This game can be played in person, remotely, or a mix of both styles. Modification for solo play and shorter games are also included. Now, what drew me to this game was because it could be played as a solo player. So yeah, I want to introduce more solo games onto my channel, and I thought this would be a pretty cool one to maybe look at next. So the next game I bought is called Outliers. So this game is pretty cool in that the basis of it is you are working as a researcher in a psychology department. And there's lots of, trials and tribulations you have to get around to make sure your experiments run smoothly. I'm going to read the introduction so you can learn more about it, as I probably won't be able to explain it as well as what is written down. So Outliers is a single-player journaling game in which you play a research assistant trying to do their job in an absurd environment. You may be fresh out of college, but one look at your syrup-leaking laptop shows you this is no ordinary lab, despite what a disembodied voice of the PI tells you. You recruit participants, collect data, and perform miscellaneous tasks around the lab while recording your daily activities in your lab notebook. Hopefully your lab finds something interesting in the data and gets awarded a new grant before the project's funds run out. Not to mention the IRB, which will shut the study down if you stray too far from procedure. It shouldn't be hard to stay within regulations when your participants are clones, time travellers and cryptids, right? So yeah, it sounds pretty cool and I can't wait to start playing this. Again, this is another one I'll probably gradually introduce on my channel, but yeah, really excited to get this one going. So the next game I'm going to talk about is Auspex, I think it's pronounced. So yeah, it's another solo game that's based around, I think, tarot cards and divination. So have a quick read of the introduction. An outcast but with a gift, those who wish you ill desire above all else the gift of foresight. Your power upholds an uneasy balance, a strained alliance, and the world is unaware of the changes to come. But you are. The world is about to change, about to end, literally or figuratively. An end of an era or an end of existence as we know it. You're the only one who can foresee it. You're the only one who can divert the paths of faith, if you choose to. There are only 7 days until the world becomes something unrecognisable. Each day, someone new will come seeking their future, fortune, or an answer from the beyond. Each individual's future entangled with the future of the new world. As your visitors ask their questions, the cards will offer up their answers. The cards will never lie. You, on the other hand, are free to lie at your own discretion. Give them what they want, steer them down a brighter path, or lean into the chaos of the shifting world. You will guide this world to its end and usher in the birth of a new one. So like the other two games, this one is also a journaling game. So yeah, very happy to play this because I find journaling games do help me with my own writing, be it writing my novel or other creative projects I have on the go. Also, I do have a bunch of tarot cards that I never really use. So I think, yeah, this will be a good opportunity to use those and record some lovely little journaling game sessions that I can post on my channel. Now, last but not least, I'd say is my favourite purchase. So this one's a bit different in that it's not a game, but I suppose it's a reference book of sorts. So what drew me to this product was, first of all, I just really love the design of it. And I've said before that I don't really have a lot of room for hardback books. But for this one, I made an exception. So if I grab it now, it is the Mythological Figures and Maleficent Monsters book by, I think that's EN Publishing. So what drew me to it was that, first of all, the design, because it's a beautiful, I think, faux leather-bound book, I imagine. And as I was flicking through, I saw that it contained a lot of historical figures. But the one that stood out to me was Harald Hardrada. So at the moment, I'm writing a D&D game about Tudor England, in particular the time of Anne Boleyn. And another idea I had for my next game would be to go back to the time of William the Conqueror. So yeah, seeing Harald Hardrada already made up in this book was amazing. There are also other really interesting characters in there that are fiction. So we have Dorian Gray. Yeah, just looking at the list of entries now, there is also Anne Bonny, Beowulf, Billy the Kid, Caliban from The Tempest, Cleopatra, I've already mentioned Dorian Gray, George Washington, Grace O'Malley, Hercules. I'm kind of skipping quite a few out, but these are the ones that kind of stand out to me. Also The Invisible Man, which is really cool, Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, so this book is amazing, and I would highly recommend this if you love basing your games on historical figures or incorporating different mythologies. So yeah, amazing little book. I love it, and I'm going to get so much use out of this. So that brings me to the end of my Dragonmeet haul video. If you want to check out any of the games, I'll list them below, so you can go to the respective maker's website. And yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.